I go to Alugina Abasa. What do you like our school? Go to the graduating. When else? Anybody that wants to sing? Madam, wait, are you teacher? They sing like say, or your mother can help me stress that year. I don't know what, let me have, but that people, they're not going to school, but that comes, they're not going to primary school. But that comes, they're not going to, wait, but that comes. No, this one, 12 now, no, the 12 now. When I pass it 12 now, I'll be behind. How is it? When they come here, daddy. Say this man is Yoruba man. Where are you from? Where are you from? No, I want to. Where are you from? No, let's see. Where are you from? You want me to? Hey, can you tell me on the river? Who come? Chineke me. Open one have a bury. I will be vetting and bury tomorrow. On shut down now. Okay. Now because say you go sing Yoruba song, you don't touch me some place where you like. Amen. Oh, okay. Amen. Okay. No one do Alright, I'll be two more persons. Okay.
I think there is no issue about.
It's just to plug.
I beg, no go down again.
I'm suspecting this man since. We have to verify him. I say one sweet as another again. But you let us man, I will let's hear you. Yes, my mother also sing, particularly American fashion. Company upper street to upper America, upper streets, all in one. All these people jumbo, always feel the jumbo problem. Oh, one else, another person, okay, they get on school. They go on. Okay, when you go, I need one more by the Port Harcourt. Maybe when I get this event. Obi so marry, I be for Mara, I need them to know, I need it. If I never make you here in a seminary school here, DJ, bring it down. Bring it down. Please put your hands together for yourself. You guys are wonderful. Please appreciate yourself. All right. Without much ado, I'm sure by the time my coordinators come in, we're going to move straight to other things. But before then, like I said, I'm going to do musically today. DJ, you have those old ski tunes. Now we're going to do this. DJ, let's get to work now, please. It's serious. Now, I'm going to play a song. If you know the singer, the writer of the song, or the artist, tell me. Okay, let's just take ourselves a little bit back one more time. Reminiscent of those songs that gave us joy while we were in secondary school or while we were in early days of our university. DJ, give me that tune. Give me that tune. All right, the old school tune. All right, when the DJ is ready, there's this. You are smart, brother. Some for this song is so nostalgic for them. Wow. Hey.
What is it? Power bank in all again.
Who sing this song? Wait, I gotta calm down. Who sing this song? Oh yeah, wait, DJ, let's say I need the song man here. Who sing that? When she called the name, we will know.
No, Kelly Roland and Glenn.
So you want to make us know who sing this for prison? Okay. No. I get your point. I get your point. You are talking like a former DJ. Yes, like a I get your point. You know, say people use DJ. You understand the? Yeah, play the next one. This one. You say the song. Hey, off your phone. Don't shut I like that phone. You like that phone. Off your phone. You like that phone. The company shut down. Who did this one? No, they play. DJ. Who did this one? Hold on. Wait. Say it from friends. Who did this one? DJ what? Talk on with confidence. That's almost very good. So you go call the customer for paper. Who did this song? DJ. DJ said the song. Hold on. So that one had a big plan. That one. DJ, no. I go say the song. Pick the result. Play another one. I don't hear you now. I know you're very notorious. Hey. Take that thing. That's something this music is doing to you. Oh, who did this song? Oh, DJ, the next one. Hey, DJ, the first one. Hey, what am I going to do for this song? What did I want? All right, who do this one? Should they run you president here? Who do this one? He said, listen. Who do this one? DJ here. Talk to the mic. If we the best way tell them the results, just carry face throw away. DJ, I beg, give me the next one. Give me the next one. Because hold it. After now we go to the panel discussion, but let's just take 2 more songs. What is this one? There's been a lot of toasting. That's a guy that made up to what is this song? Who is this one? Who do I? Hey, no shout. Now, what you want to do, Baba? Who do I? Two-Face, they didn't call it. Give me the last one. Okay, let's go. He wants to talk to us.
Dr. Victor Olaya.
Dr. Victor Olaya. All right. Right about now, we're going straight to the panel discussion. And so, the seats ready?
The serious part of the day once more, and I'm here to introduce the panel discussion. We can't deny it. Some of us are heading to 60. Some are heading to 50. Some are somewhere at 55. And the summary is that we are retiring very soon. It's very scary. As of my last birthday, I got one mail from my pension fund, and it says retirement. I said, retirement? Who? Me? I thought I was young. And it tells me that we're getting close. If you don't plan for it, and our moderator, Mrs. Immaculata Morgana, retirement, and the different parts that can help us around the corner. Thank you.
Let's jam those hands together and celebrate as it comes to take a seat as our moderator for this discussion period. Okay.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the session. Welcome to this very important section. That's my very important section. Today we'll be having 4 discussants and 4 topics that we'll be treating. The first one is on health. Of course, health and vitality. We are growing old. We are 25 years after our school. And many of us are... Let us start with you. Okay. Life vitality. Graduated.
How is the quality?
How's that?
Oh, we should
Well, upon him what now?
Noise.
Only one person.
Noise in there. Noise.
This is a wonderful question. The truth is, we are getting to the body. But going to your question, there are some silent conditions that happen to us that we mostly ignore until it becomes too late. Some of these conditions include high blood pressure. Some of us, when you are young, you'll be so active, you won't know to take care of yourself till that very time when your body becomes, your blood pressure becomes a problem. So it's always good to check your blood pressure. Also diabetes, especially type 2 diabetes. Some people say it's sugar. But research has shown that it's not really sugar. It could be something in the family. So knowing your type 2 diabetes, know your A1C is very important.
Okay.
Also doing your finger stick, checking your blood glucose is also important. Also, another one that's important is your cholesterol level. Some of us do have high cholesterol. So it's good to know your levels. It's also important to know how your liver functions. Sometimes the liver gets bad, but we don't know because most of these conditions don't come with symptoms. Some of these symptoms are hidden, but when it gets bad, that's when it's very clear. So also it's very important to know your physical health. You can do annual physical checkup. It's very important to know all that. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. You've heard it. Doctor, I want to understand. You said checking out.
Look at the truth is this. I went to take away, but they will reserve food for you people. So I don't know. No take away. That's when you hear the men take away. For them to tell me means that there's nothing. There's no. Because they can't say no to me. Because they're trusting him with him from nearly, but I'm just joking. They can't say no to me. So let's see how it plays out. For the result. Thank you.
The caregiver trap. Many of us are in the sandwich generation, okay? So caring for our parents, caring for our children, and how do we protect ourselves? Managing this high stress. Okay, so answer your question, the first one you said, why is it so common? There are lifestyle changes. And some of these conditions can be in the family. When it runs in your blood, you don't have control over it. The truth is sometimes it's going to show up. But the problem is we don't know when it's going to show up. It can show up at 40, it can show up at 45, it can show up at 50. But it's always good to get prepared. So when it shows up, you'll be in a good standing. And going to your other question, the issue of sandwich generation. Unfortunately, we are victims of that. It's our culture. Taking care of our parents, taking care of our children, sometimes we run the risk of getting burnt out. We stress ourselves so much because we are taking care of other people without taking care of ourselves. So it's very important that we prioritize. You have to put yourself in that list. In fact, you have to be the number one. We must take care of ourselves. It's very important because if you don't take care of yourself, you won't be able to take care of somebody. You must be in a sound mind. You must be in a very stable condition for you to take good care of somebody. And another thing that's important is if you are taking care of your parents, assuming you have siblings, you don't have to be the one that will take the whole body. You can spread it out among your siblings. I'll take care of mom this month, someone else can take care. So you delegate. Also, it's also important to communicate. If you are being stressed, you can communicate, call a meeting. Let us do something about mom, let's do something about dad. It's getting too much of me. So that someone else can step in and take care. When it comes to the children also, remember, you're not the only one that made the kids. You made the kids with your partner. If you're a single mom and you're taking care of the kids, it's getting too much on you, you can call your partner and say, come on, take the kids. You can go on vacation.
yourself. If someone doesn't treat you, you take yourself and give yourself a good time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Thank you so much. Let us move to pension and insurance. Doctor, for those who feel they started doing this, what aggressive strategy can be used in the final decade of work to extend pension periods?
Thank you for moderator, Mrs. Magleta, for this wonderful question. To answer this question, most of us don't even know what pension is all about. All we know is our parents will be for pension, and in less than 10 years now,
Very short.
and some of us don't even know what it is. In the actual sense, pension is an aspect of insurance and contractual agreement between the employer and the employee for a deferred part of his employment that will be given to him at retirement, and which makes it very clear that people retire and they don't get the pension, because just like somebody going to bank to cash his money after 15 years or 20 years and you're not giving the person his money. That's not what pension is all about. It's a potential agreement. It's part of your current earning, but it was deferred to be given to you at that time. And that is why it is very important to know. Yeah, before in the Nigerian pension system, before 2004, the pension system was so disorganized because government at that time left pension in the hands of the employer to manage. What the employer was to do at that time was to house this pension under the captive insurance which or by having a trust account in a bank where the employee can have a program withdrawal at retirement. But none of this was done before 2004. It was only those who are under the employment of government that that's why you always see pension verification, government trying to manage their own. And government was of the same kind also, because the money will be collected from people's, this money will be deducted. This one for housing it and managing it. They spend it and trying to not pay pension from their current earnings. So if they don't earn money, they don't pay. Government will pay because government tend to get more money. But those in private sector before 2004, they are the worst hit. Those monies were deducted. Employers spent it and nobody accounted for it. And that was very wrong. But in 2004, there was a law, the Pension Act of Nigeria, which created the Pension Commission. The Pension Commission also created the pension fund administrators and then now the bank custodians. So what will happen is that while the Pension Commission is the regulator, the pension fund administrators and the managers of this fund, they open retirement savings account for employees now, and they manage this pension, these collections through the appointed banks as bank custodians. And that is happening. So now there is a little bit stability in the Nigerian pension system, and that's why I need to start from here so we know how to take advantage of it. There is a little sanity now because there is a pension act, and the employer must open retirement savings account for every employee. So they no longer will have this money and manage it. They now pay into your account, the retirement savings account, opened in your name by the pension fund administrator. So what will happen? That will not take into your question directly now. For us now, for those of us who are in private sector, ensure that your employer open a retirement savings account with the pension fund administrator. And then also there is a voluntary contribution which we should also activate now, given that we are also getting towards that, so that you can also increase whatever your employer is paying you. Use your pension contribution to put in more, because less than no time you will certainly be there. That's our certainty. We will get it there. So I think that's exactly what we need to do going forward. Take advantage of this pension fund administration. make sure you also activate your weekly pension contributions and then add to it so you'll be able to retire well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Ajibiti ndeju n'akwụkwọ. Ajibu onye ke.
Yeah, what happened is that when these contributions are made, I would also want to add that this is also the best period again for us to look out for an endowment life policy. It should be about between 10 and 15 years policy now, so that all this will add up towards retirement. By the time you have your endowment policy, you have your regular pension contribution, you have your workplace pension, and then by the time you put them together, you should be able to retire well. So it's also very necessary. Even as a class, we should also be thinking of group life insurance now, because as we are heading towards 60, our death rate will spike. There will be a spike on death rate. That's our cycle rate. And we may not be able to be meeting those obligations every now and then. If by the time you know it, 3, 4, 5 people are dying insurance at the same time, and all of that. Because when you talk about the doctor said the diabetes type 2 and all of that, some of them will start manifesting as we are heading towards 60 and retirement. And then all those increases in death rates within these people. So it's also very important as a class that we should think of group life insurance now to help us when we get there. So now to answer your question directly, so when this pension contribution you can cut it 5% before 50, and by the time you're 50 and above, you're still, if you retire, what will happen is that you have two options given to you by the Nigerian Pension Act. The first is that you can do a program withdrawal, arrange with your bank, they work out what you have, give you tax-free cash, that's the gratuity. Give you certain percentage as tax-free cash, which is given to you in bulk. Then the balance, you can have, if you arrange it through a bank, therefore you program withdrawal. So the bank will arrange it, maybe it depends on how much you have, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, depending. And that will go to withdraw as pension till whenever you die. Then if you don't want program withdrawal, you can now buy annuity. Annuity is now the pension program. So what annuity will now do for you is you will also get the tax-free cash, then buy annuity. One program withdrawal in the bank will only stop when your money stops. Assuming you have 1 million there, you spend it 100,000. If it's for 10 months, after 10 months, the money is over. Bank, that account is closed in the bank. But if you buy annuity now pay you for life. So because annuity, that's why I say pension is a life insurance. So if you now buy annuity will now pay you the agreed sum based on the lump sum they have, divided over the period, and pay you for life. So the choice is yours at the time, either to do a program withdrawal from the bank or use it to buy annuity from the insurance company that will not pay you pension for life. So you now what will happen is that if you have increased your pension contribution through voluntary contributions, add into your workplace pension, no person will have enough money even if you're doing program withdrawal or you're buying annuity from an insurance company that will pay you pension for life. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, all. Good evening, all. Okay. Dear classmates, can we reduce the noise? Ladies CNN, can we organize? Let's reduce the noise. I think this is the most important part of our program because these are things we need at our age to retire well and to live well and to make provision for our children when we pass on. You know, one thing is sure about life, it is death. But the only thing that is not sure is when it will happen. So for all of us, with the level of exposure we have, it will be nice if we pass on, our children will suffer or our loved ones will suffer. So please, let's pay attention to this part of the program. Thank you, the moderator. For me to answer that question, let me pick out two words that are very key: will and trust. If I explain that, I think it will be easier for us to know when a simple will not be sufficient again. And I'm talking as a marketer. You know, I was an insurance student, I jumped to marketing, and today every business is marketing. So whatever you address me, I am a marketer. A will in our ordinary language is just a legal document that states how a testator's asset will be distributed upon death. In other words, a will gets life upon the death of the testator. Testator is one who makes will, who decides how his property will be shared while he's alive. So a will takes effect upon death. It then means that it's subject to probate. Probate is the legal processes of getting access to a deceased person's property, either through a will or through letters of administration. Now, when one repairs a will and you die, your next of kin or your survivors will apply to the probate for them to administer your will. But if you die without a will, you die intestate, which means letters of administration will be applied for. Now, when you do a trust is a legal arrangement. A will is a legal document. A trust is a legal arrangement. Where a settlor is the person that makes the arrangement, transfers his assets to a trustee to manage for beneficiaries. A trust happens while you are alive or when you are dead. So while a will takes effect when one is dead, a trust can take effect while you are alive and upon your death. And a trust does not need a probate for it to take effect. So for our classmates that have acquired properties, you will have a lot of properties, either in business, either in physical assets, either in digital form or in any other form. When it gets larger and with different variety, when you have them in different jurisdictions, that is, you have in Bayelsa, you have in Iwere, you have in Lagos, you have in UK, you have in South Africa, you have in different locations. It becomes important for you to have a trust. That does not mean that will is not important. A trust can complement a will. What it then means is, upon death, there is no long process of going to the court to get a probate. Within that period, you're processing your probate, or your executors to come and take charge of the will. There may be stoppage in your business. There may be even persons that will object to the will, and that will lead to both legal delay, financial stress to the family. Even stoppage of your business can stop while the processes are being perfected. So for all of us, as we are progressing and acquiring properties, it is important to go beyond simple will for us to have a trust, which will be managed while we are alive, and there is no discontinuity even upon our death. It is seamless and it remains better. But two of them should work concurrently anyway. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The living will. Can you explain the importance of power of attorney and why it's crucial for health and financial decisions before we actually pass?
Okay, I will define power of attorney simply like this. It is when you give another person the authority to act on your behalf. And it is done when you are alive. Upon death, that power ceases. So, power of attorney is important because it takes care of incapacity. You know, a lot of things can happen that can make us not to take sound decisions, like medical decisions, that can make us not to run our accounts. You may not go to bank to run your account. that can make us not to take sound decisions. Now, in that situation, if you don't have a power of attorney where you have authorized somebody to act on your behalf, it may be difficult for continuity of your business. It may be difficult for one to take decisions for you medically, because like the doctor is here, she can attest to this, that in a medical situation, if you can't take that decision, it's always difficult to get the family member to take that decision. But when there is power of attorney, it is seamless. So when you have a power of attorney, while you are alive, it helps people to run your business, support you when you're incapacitated or when you're not available to take a decision. Your decisions can be taken on your behalf, and even for your minors and most vulnerable ones around you, decisions will be taken on your behalf, and it will be a valid decision because you have already given that power of attorney for one to act on your behalf. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Can we clap for him, please? Sweetling, let's come to you. Business readiness. How can we stay retired without being tired? How can we also transition our professional identity from our 9 to 5 title to finding a new purpose in a second act?
Thank you, moderator. Thank you, moderator. Thank you for that question. Now, okay. Now, we are talking about retirement, not tired, in the first place. It's a good vibe. It makes sense. It's all about living our life to the fullest. Just like the discussants have been saying all along. In the next 10-15 years, most of us will be talking about the retirement phase, the post-retirement phase. So it starts now. We have to make use of these 10-15 years to position ourselves to know that that's when that time comes, when that retirement phase comes, we will not be taking away. How do I mean? Second act is all about new vibe. It's all about new venture. It's all about creative pursuits. It's all about giving back to the community. So what we are talking about here today is how do we live our life to the fullest even when we are retired? That is all about. It's not about, it is not the time, like somebody was said about our savings and all that. It is not the time to be odogu. You have to be odogu now. You have to be odogu rest now. That retirement phase is just the time to give back to the community, to be active. We want you to be active, to be impactful, to live your life to the fullest. For some, you just start up a side hustle. Kickstart a side hustle now. Do it more. Because that time, no pressure. No pressure. It's just for you to just be active. Do what you're supposed to. Just be active. Some they just volunteering. You see most often, you see our parents going to church. You say, do you not live in church? It's a way to be active in their own way. But now, right now, we've passed that level. So what we are trying to do, okay, I'm good. Now I'm doing 9 to 5. Maybe I'm good in writing. I don't have that time to be doing the writing very well. It is that time to document. It is that time to learn another skill. Explore. To some, it's all about living life to the fullest. You'll be traveling. I need to travel 10 more states, 10 more countries. I want to explore the world. It is that time. To some, it's all about hobby. Now you are good in golf and all that, and you look around. There are no much members, or there are, and they don't have a place. You can quickly set up something. You can quickly set up a game club where you can now tell the younger ones, let me be a coach. As we all know, the footballers, you find out that at the end of the day, when they want to retire, you see them doing coach work. They will not be coaching the younger one. So for us here, the second act is all about new venture, creative pursuit, or giving back to the community, volunteering and all that. In all, only one goal we want to achieve. We want to be active, we want to still be engaged, and we want to be impactful to the society.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's see about entrepreneurial due diligence. What are the top three things a retiree must check before investing their hard-earned gratuity or savings into a new business venture?
As I said earlier on, please, our gratuity, our savings, please, we should not just invest like that. Let us start now. I'm always an advocate of turn that your passion into purpose-driven business right now. Then when is that time? When is that time? You cannot build on it. You can just go into the shop. You can just be doing that thing. But to answer your question on top 3 things you need if you must invest, we talk about financial readiness. How much are you willing to lose? That's the first thing you will ask. Like I know somebody, they paid, what do they call that? PFA or whatever, the 50%. Do you know what she used it to do? Somebody encourage her. Which MMA would have been better? This Niger, that will double it. She used it. The 50%, she used it to do the bet Niger. And today she was like crying, she doesn't even know what happened to her, this one, that one. It's not, it's all about that thing we talk about. Please, think, reflect. Look at how much are you willing to lose in that your business you want to invest on. How much do you want to invest? How much can you afford to lose? These are pertinent questions we need to ask. Then we now have to ask, okay, what's my cash flow? It's very important. When you're investing in that, what's your cash flow? Because this lady I'm talking about ended up not begging the whole world. That's how I got to know. So please, before we do that investment, before we put our gratuity, we should be financially ready. How much are you willing to lose? How much can you afford to lose if anything happens? It's just like when you want to borrow money to somebody, you will like, let me give this person this one. Even if he returns or she doesn't return, I'm okay. So in this case, since you are just starting now, because I always talk about starting early, if you must do the business, everybody cannot be an entrepreneur. Everybody cannot be an entrepreneur. So you must have that financial, you must be financially ready. Know what's your, what's it called now? Your expenses. How much you have that can sustain you for 6 to 12 months before that business grows and start giving you the whole money. So you must know those things. Then we talk about emotional, personal readiness. How emotional are you? It's not easy to talk from 9 to 5 to not be an entrepreneur. Are you emotionally ready for that kind of thing? Have you changed your mindset? Because everybody is now calling on you. It's no longer, I'm waiting for 30th. It's no longer waiting for 23rd. You are the one from the one. No things you know, no gas, or you open and the person. So how have you grew up yourself or grow up yourself? Have you built your skills? Because you don't want to set up a business anything about that business, because that's another thing. Building up the skills which you have, or their passion which you have, you cannot put it into the business, or turn your passion into that business which you want to do. Either way, these are very. Then, how viable is the business? We want to know, is that business viable? These are pertinent questions you need to ask before you put your money into this investment. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, just to add to what the Donald is saying. If you not start any business now, don't use your gratuity to start business into crisis. So for us now, just like she said, you take advantage of now. Start that business small now. When you get your gratuity, you can now use it to build it up. But after retirement, whatever money you get, is advised you play in the money market. Is advised. It may not give you high returns, but it can guarantee you at that age you need your cash for your drugs, for your medical checkup, for your holiday. You develop all these plans with private contributions plus your workplace pension. When you put them together, please play around the money market. Put in fixed deposit, buy treasury bills, and with stocks like that, those you can guarantee that your money is safe and you can enjoy it. Then from there, and whatever you get from the pension and whatever you get from the money market returns, use it to manage yourself. But if you're desirous of going into business after retirement, please start now. The time to start is now. Develop it now. Then when you get to that point, all the skills she's talking about will have been there. You will have known the business, you will have known exactly what you're doing, you will have known the skills and all of it. So when you put your gratuity, you're only trying to shop up your capital to do more business. But don't use your capital, don't use your gratuity and pension to start a business. You will certainly run into crisis. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yes, in summary, I think planning is very important. We have to plan. I'm thinking about planning, it starts right now. This is the time for us to plan. If you want your retirement to be good, this is the time. You're not going to start planning when you retire because it's late. So the time we have, all these things we are saying, we are just saying the same thing. We have to plan so your retirement will be good. So talking about health, there are 3 important screenings that is very important for us. And when I mean for us, I mean if you've not done these screenings by now, it's late. Screenings, what I'm talking about is cancer screenings. You have to do a mammogram for the females. Make sure you do your annual mammograms. For the male, do your post-strate. Post-strate screening is very important. People don't screen till it gets too late. Then another thing that's important is also colonoscopy. If you've not done these 3 screenings, please go to your provider and get screened. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, my advice to all of us is this. Let's kill the myth about will, that when you are writing your will, you're about to die. No, you won't die. You know, all the hard work we do, all the struggle we do, why do we do all these things? It's not for our children. So how will you feel if you're over there and people will come and squander your hard work, not even your children? Because if you don't have a will, what will apply is intestacy law, which means tradition, religion will apply. And people that should not benefit from your hard work will take over your hard work. Please, start a will now. A will is subject to amendment. That's what happens. So if you do a will now, maybe after 2 years you can review it if there is a need. Can we go this way? And that will amend the will. There is no much thing you need to do, just consult a lawyer around you. Tell him what you want, we'll just prepare you for it. Even if it's a major, it is better than please advise all of us to please, let's do that.
Okay. Council yellow. Okay. Monday alumni. Okay, we'll go.
Don't wait for the second round. Don't wait until you now retire.
Three spaces. My class has some much of
Okay.
Yes, all cameraman.
All we want to achieve is just live a very fulfilled life. Thank you.
Okay, dia kwa wenye media.
Lastly, I would advise each and every one of us here. We need to start thinking about the direct now. And the beauty of it again, for us who graduate from Faculty of Management Science and Administration, the world is always looking at us to show direction. Because I remember one man would say that in planning, at the end of the day, everybody will end up on entertainment. Whatever you study in the university, by the time you graduate, everybody ends in economics, finance, management, marketing. No matter what you study medicine, study law, study whatever, you all end up in marketing, management, finance, and that is it. So we need to set the pace. I'm not setting that pace that see us see 10, the next 10, 15 years, most of us will die. That's our certainty. I'm going to start making those plans now. We don't need to get scared. The Nigerian economic system is getting a little bit stable. That we need to look out for endowment insurance policies, 10, 15 years policies. Look out for them now. Look out for, these are things you can now put in your way. Because the beauty of these things is that even if they don't mature and by the grace of God you're not there, the way those coming behind you, your loved ones,